Many consumers are choosing not to buy BP gas anymore. However, local gas station owners are saying that this is hurting their bottom line. They add that they have no control over what's going on in the Gulf and that they privately own each station.
I'm choosing not to buy BP.
As the oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico continues to get larger every day, many drivers are doing the same thing. They're choosing to get their gas from other companies. But many local BP gas station owners say that anger is hurting their business.
I have seen about 40% reduction in my gas business.
And that is hurting Aslam's bottom line. He's been forced to add signs, all to remind customers that his station and all local BPs are privately owned.
It's actually against the law in District of Columbia for oil companies to own and operate the gas stations.
However, for local station owners convincing customers they have no control over what is happening in the Gulf can be tough to do.
I'd hope they wouldn't let the incidents that happen again.
We are frustrated as they are, and we are just hoping that things will get better soon.
Ross Simpson, The Associated Press.
Law enforcement authorities are searching for Thomas Mortimer, who they want to question in connection with the slaying of 4 of his family members.
A man accused of killing his wife, his 2 young children, ages 2 and 4, and his mother-in-law is captured by police hours after being charged with 4 counts of murder. Thomas Mortimer IV was found about 100 miles from Boston. The murders happened in Winchester, Massachusetts, a suburb. The body's found in Mortimer's house, but authorities are not saying how the victims died.
It was horrific, disturbing, and unspeakable, and the acts do not appear to be random.
Mortimer just started work at a technology consulting firm after being without a job for some time, the company says. Its president says he was professional and positive. Lee Powell, The Associated Press.
Humanitarian aid agencies have been gearing up to set up camps and get supplies to ethnic Uzbeks who fled violence in southern Kyrgyzstan. They also face the challenge to get supplies into the Kyrgyz city of Osh.
In Uzbekistan, they've been setting up refugee camps for some of the ethnic Uzbeks who fled violence in southern Kyrgyzstan. Mostly women, children, and the elderly have been seeking shelter in the camps. On Wednesday, cargo planes began landing in Uzbekistan with more than 240 tons of emergency supplies that the UN High Commissioner for Refugees is supplying to Uzbeks who fled rioting in the city of Osh. Items provided included tents, blankets, and sleeping mats. Their basic needs may be met for now, but the refugees have harrowing tales to tell of their experiences. Kafiza Egamberdieva lost her home.
My house is not there anymore. It is burned down. They came, took our car and burned it too. Where do we go now? Where do we go? I don't know.
Feruza Makhmadyarova got separated from her family.
We begged at the border for Uzbeks to take us. We pleaded. Our men did not have guns or anything. They just sat there with sticks only and waited. And what next? Now I don't know how I'm going to find my husband and my children there.
Still, they may be the lucky ones. At least they're safe and have something to eat, even if they can't get back across the border, which is now closed. Those on the Kyrgyz side had no access to supplies. As they had no food and no water, some of them were giving up and boarding buses to take them back to Osh. They were heading home to an uncertain fate. Would they have houses left to go to? Would they be safe? Would they have access to basic necessities? Conditions in Osh worry Miroslav Yencha, a United Nations representative in the Kyrgyz capital, Bishkek. He said the UN has sent a team to the city.
Headed by a UN resident coordinator with his security advisors to assess the situation on the ground in Osh and in the surroundings in order to ensure humanitarian corridor. Because humanitarian aid is coming there, but it is quite difficult to deliver the aid in a proper way to the people who are suffering.
Some aid was heading to Osh from the Kyrgyz capital Thursday, and the country's interim government said it's doing its best to monitor distribution to ensure supplies make it to those who need them. Karen Sloan, The Associated Press.